all the way across, about halfway up the hill.
Hello YouTube, I'm checking back in here at Union Park. We're actually down at the old park site. It was a long walk down here. Well, not that long of a walk, but anyway, we're here now, so anyway, here's the foundation here. I'm sure the guy is saying it back there that this was the theater, which was the big attraction here. Of course, my first video, that's what I said, that there was a theater down here, and I think this is it. And today you see some cool ruins there. But you know, I'm gonna divide this video into parts because there is a lot to see down here at Union Park, and today is a free event for me to be down here. I mean, they don't allow you actually down here unless you take a zip line through here and you pay for it, because the Dubuque YMCA owns this property. So anyway, let's get exploring. And there's a lot of other people down here too. You can see kind of down in there's an old pipe down the creek there. But we're gonna get over here to this attraction, which I believe is the old theater. Yep, in 1919, which was 100 years ago, I believe is when a flood came through and just wiped out this park. That's why it no longer exists today. But we're just gonna come over here and get some. We're just gonna film some of the old ruins here. Just like what I said, this park was here from it operated from like the early 1900s to about 1919, you know, 100 years ago when the flood wiped out. But right now we're taking a look at the foundations of the old theater. And there was a pool back in here, but we'll get to that some point in time here. But right now we're just filming the foundations of the old opera house. Not opera house, but theater. Yep, there's an old wall up there. I don't know, that might have been the retaining wall or maybe part of the theater. I don't know. I think it was probably maybe a retaining wall. Just to say, I'm not going through those weeds there. But that's why I say I'm dividing this video into parts here, because there's a lot to see here. But this was the old I don't know why I keep calling it the opera house, but I believe this happened to have been the theater here. One last look at the old theater. And that was the biggest attraction here. Okay, there's a lot more to explore here. Explore. And where I walked, you know, carriages used to come down. People used to ride carriages down here to this park. And right here, here's something. It's an old pipe. Oh, we're coming to something else here.
Hello there, sir.
Hi.
So, this is kind of like the Union Park playground area. This is what you're looking at right here is the children's wading pool.
Oh, thought this was a pool here.
This is kind of where like the kids hung out, you know. There's tadpoles in there. You can probably see
Yeah.
And then like right over in this little area over there, where that sign is by those trees and those weeds.
Yep.
That is where all the playground equipment was, like the merry-go-round and the slide and the swings.
Wow.
So that was, and then over there, where the foundation, where all the people are at, that was the Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Okay.
And like I don't know how much they told you back there, but you know the water kind of just washed down through here, took all the playground equipment with it, and then it kind of got blocked up by the theater until eventually it just washed through.
Wow. Yeah, I was back there by the theater. Yeah. Okay. Yep, here's where you're looking at with the pool and playground stuff. Yep, the foundation of the sidewalk we're walking on. But just like what that guy said back there, this was the playground area back here. And over there's the pool. And I was looking around for the pool, but now we're walking on the old concrete. Oh, here she is, the pool. Just like what he said, the flood just came down and washed out all the playground equipment and then destroyed the theater. But that flood came down.
I work with everybody that works down there, the volunteers down there. Nobody gets hurt.
Okay, now we're gonna follow that path and we're gonna go into the pool. We're not gonna go swimming because there's no water in it, but now I'm gonna take us down to the pool. Okay, there's the trail to go down to the pool.
Yeah, you can't. It's very difficult to get rid of.
Scientific meaning.
I don't know either. Just commonly called teaching
Yep, here we are, we're in the pool. Just think if this was 100 years ago or so, or more than 100 years ago, you just think I had my swim trunks on, I'd be swimming in here.
On the other side, yeah, it's down.
But this pool isn't for swimming nowadays.
Yeah, better to have
And the foundation's over here. You can kind of see where that flood kind of took out a little bit of that wall here. Wow. I mean, the flood 100 years ago today really washed out a lot of the park here. It's like what he said, you know, there's a whole bunch of playground equipment around here, and the flood had completely washed out the playground equipment, and when it came down here,
The best, not that bottom stuff, those flavors. I love picking these. Oh my god, I can do
then after a while, the flood destroyed the movie theater, and that was basically the end of the park after that flood came through here. Just think 100 years ago today. Just think if it was like 105 years ago or 100 something years ago today, you know, I'd be here at the deep end of the pool, you know, swimming, trying to keep my head above water. But this is just something how this pool is here. I wouldn't say it's really the size of the Platteville pool, but this pool is pretty good size. Well, this has been, I'm just going to consider this part one of the Union Park tour. There's probably still more to see over here, still more to see here, so I'm going to make a part two here, so sign off for now.